Okay, today we're gonna be doing something with the taxi class. Maybe we're gonna be trying to add our aerial sprites, because right now our taxi only does the walking sprite animation, but if it is falling, it should be in an aerial mode with its wings up as it falls, and if it jumps, it needs to flap its wings down. So we don't have jumping yet, and we don't have aerial animation yet, so we can maybe trigger it with different stuff here. So I'm gonna say that this fifth, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 and 7. The 6th and 7th sprite are the up and down respectively. So let's try to see if we can figure out how to get our aerial sprite just our wings up if we're falling, if we're not grounded. Now we've got a is grounded function, but I think that's only on the vultures, right? And the ostrich. Well, we have check grounded. Okay. So what we can do is, but it's only for the vulture. Is there a check grounded function in our play state? There is. Top object, bottom object. Okay, so what we can do is in our update loop, so in our taxi class here, we can give ourselves a boolean grounded. We're since we start not grounded, our grounded starts as false. And then we don't need we've already got a function for check grounded in our play state, which is great. So we can run this function in our taxi class in our update loop when we're going through the platforms. Oh, look it, we've already done it. Okay, so we've got grounded already. That's weird. I guess I thought we would have had this declared if we would have had this, but we are doing that. That's how we're determining whether or not we add gravity or not. So if then self-grounded is true. So if self-grounded is true, where are we setting the viewport here? There we go. So after we set the viewport for the walking animation, we're gonna say, hey, if we're not grounded, if not self-grounded, then our viewport is actually going to be that 6th frame. So we're going to say our taxi 1 sprite quad. We're going to be setting the viewport on that to be equal to, right here is self width times frame minus 1. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I guess we're going to say, we would say that our self frame gets to be the 6th frame. Is that right? 6th or 7th? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Self frame gets 6. Now we need to do this where we render our X position as our current frame. Hold on. Our current frame plus the self width. No, okay, we would do this. Because we're not trying to, this one is kind of incrementing it. But, oops. But here we just need to say however wide we are, times that by 6 for the X offset. But we need the X offset, which was this self frame. Okay. So the self frame is the X offset for the pixel buffer we left. A little confusing if you haven't been following along, but that's just an X offset, and then we're indexing it basically 6 frames inwards. And we have to do the self frame -1 here so that our first index, well, yeah, I guess we can hard code this at like a self frame -1. We'll leave that like that just to keep it consistent. So the x is the first argument, second is the y, second is the width of our sprite, second is our height, and last is our dimensions for our atlas, which we're going to say get dimensions function on our atlas for that last argument there. Our music stopped. So now we're still, I would say maybe we do, see, because right now the animation timer is running, cycling through all the walking viewports. So I'm thinking by the time we end up adding jumping, which probably won't be in this episode, by the time we add the jumping sprite, which is the flap down, we'll probably reset all of this, or we'll probably set our viewport in our animation timer after we check for groundedness in here. Because if we're set to, this is only the if grounded. So we need to add if not grounded to probably to this animation timer, so that we're not doing it separately, because right now what we're doing is setting it for the walk and then we're overriding it if we're not grounded to our upwards quad. Let's see if that works. We're still drawing the sprite. Hopefully this might work. If it's so, now if the grounded boolean, there we go, the grounded boolean is false. Okay, we forgot to do something. See how it's just flying and never becoming grounded? That makes perfect sense, because if we're grounded false, we need to set our height to be equal to, what is it, 16? Look, if we're 24 is if we're standing, which we'll need to set it to, but we'll need to figure out what the, I think it's 16. If self-grounded, shit. I want to say it's 16. I think it's a perfect square. So we're going to say, if we're not grounded, our self height's 16, which will detect the proper collision. And then if we're grounded, we're actually the full height of 24. Okay, not quite. It's getting us the right frame, it's just overriding everything. If not self-grounded. Let me just print up this boolean. Oh. Where do we do the, here? If we're not self-grounded, this. Otherwise, maybe we do that. Instead of moving that, I'm kind of moving this. So we're going to check if we're grounded. If we're grounded, we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll do the whole animation timer shebang. So let's see if that fixes our problem. Nope. It's looking right, other than the fact that we're just only, we're not getting grounded set to false. They say it's, yeah. If we print up our self-grounded on our taxi. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I just cut that. let's print up our self-grounded. Instead of our dy, we're going to say that we're going to print up our grounded boolean, converted to a string, and we're going to say, actually, we'll just know. Okay, yeah. So we're not becoming grounded for whatever reason, but I thought that's how we're adding gravity. So how is grounded false when we're adding gravity? Because we're adding gravity depending on the grounded boolean. So it's almost like, what? Let me see if we take this out. Does this fix our boolean grounded? Wait, what? That shouldn't be the case at all. This is where we're setting the viewport. Oh. Okay, no, not here. We need to say, if we're not self-grounded, do nothing. Stop setting the viewport. Otherwise, set the viewport to our walking sprites. Oh, fuck. We're fucking with our X and Y, I guess. Let me see. If we take this out, do we start walking again? No, we don't. And our boolean's jacked still. What's different? Grounded gets false. I don't see why this would. Let's take this back out. We're gonna say, right now that line of code's not doing shit, but we'll put it right here and see if we can get our walking back. Okay. Our boolean is still jacked, which I find very strange, because we're only applying gravity upon that boolean, so that's like the only thing we didn't change. That's so weird. Damn it. I feel like this is pretty accurate to what we had before we committed, or yeah, last commit, but we need to say, that's so weird because the we're adding gravity only when we're not grounded, so how is the boolean? God damn it. How's the boolean not changing? Yet we're applying gravity. If we take that off, we stop falling, yes. You know what? We're always applying gravity. This is so busted. This is so busted. This isn't working. This is always being applied. So even though, yeah, this is busted. our grounded Boolean flags is busted here. So look at this. We'll try to just print out the Boolean of this value and see if that's working correctly. So we're gonna say we're gonna run the check-grounded function on our place state, and we're gonna pass it our taxi object and the ground platform. And we're gonna print that no matter what direction we're facing. We're gonna see if it turns to true when we land, and I'm suspecting it doesn't turn to true, which means our Boolean flags have been incorrectly set this whole time. So we're actually applying gravity every frame, which tells me that our function here is not working properly. We're not able to run. Either this function is working incorrectly, or like either we wrote the wrong function or the function isn't working as intended. So part of me thinks we just need to write our own taxi collision function and do it here, which is so simple. All we're doing, it's just a function called check-grounded that takes in a collidable platform, and we're seeing if Ry is in standing height, which this gets set to be this upon a bottom collision. So if we had just bottom collided with said platform and we're set on that right above it, we're going to return true, otherwise return false. This is a little, I don't like that we return a false twice. We should just yeah, it's like we need to do this, I think. And then instead of running the place state check grounded, we're going to run our taxi check grounded function. And it only takes one argument, which is the platform. So we're going to pass it in every platform from our collidable platform table. And we're also going to pass it into our bottom, our ground. Oh, right here. We need ground platform. Okay. Now, instead of printing up this, let's print up the taxi function, and we'll see if this changes to true when we're on the ground platform. We'll know that we were right in our assumption. 21. What is it saying? Field height, a nil value. The self dot height? 21, yeah. This is... Maybe we say self here, not taxi. And then same with this. Because the function is specific to the instantiation, not specific to the class definition, I guess. Shit, still not right. And you know what? It's because... Fuck. So, let's see if we change our grounded check. Oh, look, we already have it before the gravity. Let's see if we have it after the gravity, it'll overwrite. Oh, see, no, that's not right. We don't want it before. We don't want it after the gravity because the gravity will make it so we're not check grounded. So we do need to do it before we add gravity, but yeah. That's weird. I guess when we add gravity... This is so weird. This is... I'm feeling like our check grounded is being incorrect because we're applying gravity, but we're applying gravity based on this function, so it's hard for me to determine. If Ry is equal to us standing on the collidable platform, then we're grounded. And if we're grounded, we are not going to be updating our gravity. So how come grounded is never getting set to true? Where are we overriding our grounded to be equal to false somewhere? Or assigned false? No, we're not. So either this function is busted. Oh, well, you know what? This is actually getting passed in. Too many arguments. That's so weird. I don't get why we'd be falling and have grounded still be false. That makes really no sense to me. Because if we're falling, that means this registered correctly. Hey, we were not self-grounded. So apply gravity, which then would have said, hey, we're not check grounded anymore. So grounded is false. Is there a better way to do this? Because, yeah, we wouldn't. Yeah, we shouldn't be overriding self-grounded to false. It should stay true if we're grounded. I don't get why it's overriding it. I don't know if this will allow us to run that because it needs a return value. Yeah. That function needs to return a value in order to be printed. What the heck, man? Is it not even turning to true for one frame? Okay, no, that's right. Yeah, we were only doing it on the ground platform. Okay. So that's working now. Because we're not doing it for all our platforms, we're just doing it for our ground platform. So now we can say if not self-grounded. Oopsie. That means if we're falling. If not self-grounded. Wait, where did we put that line of code? Where we set our viewport correctly. We deleted it. But we can say, hey, if we're not self-grounded, let's set our viewport. We've got to set viewport to our, or we actually need to set our self frame. Oopsie. Self.frame gets this frame 6, and then we render, or we change our quad to be equal to frame 6, and then otherwise if we are not grounded, or if we are grounded, then yeah, we do need an end here. So if we're not grounded, we're rendering frame 6. If we are grounded, we do the walking animation. Let's see. Not quite. It's because, okay. Fuck. It's because we need to change our height. If we are grounded, our height needs to be the tall version, and if we're not, small version. Fuck. See, we should be grounded there. What's weird to me is it works on the bottom platform. That's what's really weird. Something's not functioning how I'm intending it to with that. But that only started messing up. We started doing this. Weird ass shit. God damn it. Maybe we do the old switcheroo. We just do this one. We're gonna do this first. Hey, are we grounded? If so, do that. Else, do our other frame. Fuck. If we turn this off, we should walk like normal, but last time we did that, it broke stuff. Fuck, yeah. What is going on? Just see if we're walking again. Fucker. Shit, dude. So for some reason, ground platform is becoming true, but our collidable platforms are not. So it seems to be working okay on the ground platform, but not anywhere else. I'm gonna figure this out tomorrow. I'm just, I don't know, maybe I'll come up with the reason why it's been messing up. I don't get why it's not really acting the way it should. And I don't want to have to do the check grounded function in our taxi. Ideally, we figure out how to globalize that. So I think more troubleshooting is needed But yeah, let's just say we started adding aerial sprite logic and grounded boolean, taxi grounded boolean, taxi.grounded boolean logic. We'll call it a day. Sorry, it's not. I don't like to leave it on a half-assed attempt there, but I'm just not really feeling it right now. Yeah, we'll figure it out though. We'll figure it out. It shouldn't be too hard to figure out. I don't know why I'm not figuring it out, but maybe tomorrow I'll do it in the morning so I'm a little more fresh. And then we'll figure it out. Get it working right. Catch you tomorrow.